What's up guys, it's Charles, otherwise known as Chachi Power, here with CollectionDX to do a review of the Bandai Nissan GTR Rapid Morphing Series RMO3 from the video game and anime known as Gyrozetter. If you know me, you know I like cars and I like transforming robots. So this fits the bill perfectly. I'm happy to bring this to you guys. So yeah, it's a Nissan GTR based robot. Alright, this is the packaging that it comes in. Apparently they have 3 vehicles in total. Alright, the only one that seems licensed is the Nissan GTR. I can't really tell what these other ones are, but there's a RMO1, RMO2. And if we take a look here, your first impression, at least mine, was that this is obviously the robot, and there must be tons of accessories back here. But what you will find back here may shock a lot of you Transformers fans. For those of you that are not Transformers fans, you may not mind what's in there. But enough of the blabbing. Why don't we just take a look? I'm going to pull this back out right here. You'll see the instructions just fell out. Simple black and white instructions. Alright, just regular paper. I don't want to spoil too much showing you guys that. Alright. So we're going to move into the contents. So we'll take this off here. Now, if you didn't just grab a peek there, it's a transforming robot. It's supposed to turn into this right here. So what's behind this panel here? It's almost an entire car. So yeah, so if you were hoping for some complicated transformation, you may be disappointed. This is what's called in the Transformers community a shell former, but it's sort of like it's a shell former and it's not. It's sort of like a part swap slash whatever you want to call it, but it really is not. So don't dismiss it right away until you see what's going on. Typically this would not be acceptable on any Transformer, having most of the car already be done. You know, and just basically slapping the robot in there. Remember, this is not Transformers. This is based off something else. And if you guys get a chance, do look it up. There's a video on YouTube somewhere of some chick playing the game. The actual arcade system actually morphs. So if you play Japanese driving games, there's a bunch of them that, you know, you race on the roads. It's either, you know, racing on the Wangan highway, or racing and basically trying to destroy other cars, other high performance cars on the road, or whatever. This is sort of that same concept, except your cars actually transform. And they transform while you're sitting inside them, which is kind of scary. But yeah, so the arcade machine also transforms so that you can play as a robot, which is really cool. These handles come out. You just have to check out the video, guys. Trust me, it's pretty cool. Alright. So here's what you get with the set. You obviously get the robot here. You get this big, gigantic sword, and the infamous shell. But let's take a look at the robot. The plastic is very nice. I like the plastic that's used in this. It may look cheap because it's just all blue, but it's a very good plastic. You know, what we've come to expect from Bandai. I've handled this quite a bit. I've done a few transformations. Nothing has become loose, nothing has stressed, everything seems to be fine and dandy. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the robot. What I do want to show you first is the articulation. You do have the head, which is in a nice ball joint. You do have this upper piece here that moves back and forth. Right, you got the waist, you have the legs here on ball joints, and the ball joints are rather firm, one more than the other, but still firm. Then you got this knee here, which has a wide range of articulation, and then the feet really don't move at all because of the engineering that's been used to this. All right, and I didn't show you the arms. The arms do move this way. All right, and you got the elbow, you got the bicep swivel, and you do have the hands that are able to spin on there. All right, so the figure itself rather nice. I do recommend, you know, for more info on the series and seeing what this robot can do, to check out the the pictures on the written review. Got a couple pictures of them posing, but really quick, this guy is able to get some pretty radical poses. I don't know why I keep saying radical in my videos, but you know, got the sword there that you can put on. So very dynamic posing can be had from this, and you'll notice the arm is limp, and that's really just due because this is a pretty big sword and it's a good amount of plastic. It's hollow, but it's pretty good amount of plastic, but on its own, nothing flimsy. Alright, so now that you've seen the articulation, we will get into the shell part here, just so you guys can see what's going on with this. So this is the shell, and when I first took it out of the package, the car wasn't really shiny. You'll see there's a little bit of gloss. I had to actually polish the plastic. It's kind of dull, and it has like a grease on it. I'm sure it's mold release, but yeah, it wasn't shiny at all, which being a car guy, I like my car shiny, so I went ahead and just took a little bit of plastic polish, just wiped it. All it took was a little wipe. So yeah, right off the bat, you'll see that the nose piece here carries onto the robot here. So this is actually not going to become the front of the car. Okay, the only part that's actually really going to become part of the car are these shoulder pieces here. All right, everything else just becomes the inside of the car. Now, what I said, this isn't really a shell former because it kind of is and it kind of isn't, because these parts are actually able to be used on the robot itself. All right, so you're thinking, how the hell would I use this gigantic thing as an accessory for the robot? Well, here's the thing: you do use part of this, part of it you don't. So technically it becomes a parts former also. But yeah, this becomes a shield. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. But first, what I'll do is put the sword on the hand here, like that. Just have it lay off to the side there. All right, and then this, to become the shield, you do have to take the whole sides of the car off, and you'll see they're jointed here on this piece and this piece. You'll see how that's going to work. All right, then you're going to bring this rear end piece down, this up like that, and that's pretty much the shield right there. You'll see the handle, and the only thing I don't like about the handle, it's a little too small. The peg is actually really small for the hand. They should have just made a square shaped peg, as you see on there, to fit the actual shape of the hand. But that was a little weird. I thought maybe I was looking at something wrong, but that's actually how it is. So it's kind of weird. It doesn't really stay in there. You know, he is able to hold the shield up somewhat, but you'll see what that looks like so. So it's a shield, and it does its job. It looks pretty cool on the robot. Now this doesn't get used at all, so that's where the parts former comes in. Now that we've seen the robot, what we're going to do, just take a little look again, because I do want to show you that the taillight theme does carry into the sword here. So apparently somewhere in the show, when he does transform, I guess his taillights become this section here, and obviously through anime magic it's possible, but in toy form it becomes near impossible. I don't think there could ever be, and I'm not going to say never. I've seen some crazy stuff out there, but I don't know if this could be a perfect transformer at some point. And you'll also see the taillight theme carry out here, and that's what I mean by anime magic. There's no way this is going to turn into that on a toy and not look out of proportion. But anyway, that's besides the point. So what we're going to do now is actually turn him into the car, which is actually really cool mode. The first thing we're going to do is grab the head here, spin it around back like that. All it really does is just lay down right there and hide. And then the arms, you want to twist around so that they come up this way, sort of chill right there. Same thing with the other side, chill right there. And then you want to grab this piece that I told you about that's hinged, and you'll see these little parts here. They snap right into the back. Alright, you just push them right in. They snap right in very easily. Then you line up the panels like that. Do the same on the other side. Then move on to the legs down here. Open this up. You'll see the wheel comes out. Bring this like that. Alright, same thing. Open this up, unfold the wheel, close it back up, and just make sure the wheels are nice and tight on the sides of the leg there. Then the knees are going to fold forward like that. It's a little tricky, but there you go. And the feet have to be folded in. Make sure they're like that, and you'll see this piece pop out like that. Again there. And there's a big hole here and a little circle there. That goes together. And this whole section is going to spin around. Bring it up, make sure it clears here, and you're going to tab these pieces here together. What you're left with is like a convertible looking GTR. Then grab the shield piece here and start connecting it on the back and snap it all the way to the front. And make sure all the panels line up. You might have to do a little bit of work there to get everything to line up perfect. But you're left with a cool looking Nissan Skyline GTR that actually rolls very well. I'm actually quite impressed with how well it rolls for being you know, a robot. But yeah, so make sure you check out those videos on the video game, check out the anime, check out the written review on CollectionDX. And this is Chachi Power signing off. Until next time, guys, bye bye.